Well, I believed that
Hello and welcome to Night Chat. It reminds me of those old ghost stories around the campfire where you get your marshmallows and you roast your marshmallow and you have a toasted roasted marshmallow. But these stories are real. Now I'm a victim of gang stalking. There's some bizarre stories. When I was 17, 18, 19, I rented this duplex at age 17. I had, me and my girlfriend had a baby together. I was 17, she was 15. We were childhood sweethearts. I met her when I was 9 and she was 7. And then when I was 17, they tried to separate us, so we were in love. We both decided to have a baby. My son's 30 years old this month. And age 17, I rented this duplex, and there used to be a house on the hill where 3 to 7 people would stand in the window all night long naked, staring down at our duplex. We used to freak out on that stuff. It was creepy. But when we moved out, my sister told me that was the landlord's house. So in other words, the landlord had some really, I guess they had toga parties around the swimming pool. But this is a book called The 7 Last Years. I read this book when I was 12 years old. Again, when I was 15. And it's really ahead of its time. The 7 Last Years is about tribulation. And in this book, the Pope is the Antichrist. Pope Sixtus VI, for 666. But it's very close to what's going on now. This is before they knew about all the advanced technology, before computers and all that. But they knew a lot of stuff, though, like the security. Example, gang stalking is being ran by our government, but they're using security companies to execute these illegal activities. Well, in the book, the security companies become the new police. That's what's going on, the same thing. The security programs, security officers are becoming the new police. They're becoming the secret police. In this book, they weren't secret, but in real life, they're secret. Like the Stasi, like the KGB. America has a secret police. And it's not dedicated to terrorism, it's dedicated to... Oh yeah, let me back up. It is dedicated to terrorism. I was wrong. But they're the ones terrorizing us, using weapons on many of us. Anyways, this book, very good book. They become Christians at the end. Stubby and Craig and their family, and they move in with Judge Redmond. Earthquake happens, and they have to move in with Judge Redmond, and they get persecuted for being Christians. The locusts come out. Everything's in this book. 7 Last Years is a great book. If you can find it. Now they're using other things like, we're figuring out that Alex Jones, host of InfoWars, is keeping your mind brilliant, keeping your mind on bigger politics, while we, the common people, are getting a taste of reality. Secret police beta testing us for the new police program they plan to roll out on the population in the near future, which I would guess about maybe 2 to 5 years is my prediction. They need a big, giant catastrophe, and believe me folks, they will create one. To roll this out, they're gonna, in my opinion, they're gonna nuke a few cities, probably New York, LA. They're going to nuke a few cities, the globalist. Suddenly there'll be military will roll in, checkpoints will roll on up, secret police will be put in place. Then they'll get the super soldiers ready. These are the soldiers that the military's been creating for the last 30 years that can see in the dark. They have eyes like a hawk, hearing, super strong, super soldiers. Some of them are hybrids. They're going to have like horse feet. I mean, it's just gonna get real bizarre real soon. And when it does, you're gonna wish you knew a way out, and there is a way out, and it's through Jesus Christ. Get your heart right with Jesus Christ, because he'll put a special protection on you. He's real. He's all powerful, and a lot of this mess is happening because before the Antichrist can rise up, there has to be a falling away of the church first. When a population becomes so unmoral, so filthy, so dirty, that God can't stand to look at it no more, that's when God moves away, taking his protection with him. He's still all present. He sees everything, but he moves away. There's different aspects of God. There's the fist, the eyes. He moves away, and the protection's gone. And every time a nation turns their back on God, the nation gets destroyed. That's what happens. America has completely been degraded. Well, what's the word I want to use? America has fallen from 30 years ago. You never hear about Christ, Jesus Christ, anywhere you go. People don't want to talk about God. No one loves God. No one cares. I've never seen anything like it. America is, everyone's out having sex, having fun. I mean, it's just like, point is that God is not protecting America. Right now we're wide open for an attack. When a nation turns their back on God, God leaves. So America's in trouble. And it was by design, because the Antichrist cannot rise up and come onto the scene until the world has fallen away from God. The entire world as a whole has fallen away from God. 8 billion people in the world, let me tell you, I bet you, out of 8 billion people, I bet you there's only 5 to 10 million true Christians. Not very many. And it's us Christians that are keeping God's wrath from hitting the earth. It's us Christians that are holding back the storm of the Antichrist. People like to bash us, the gay community, but we're the ones that are holding this stuff back, because God's only holding it back for his people. That's the only reason. Now, I've seen arguments on both sides of the spectrum about the pre-rapture, the later day rapture. I don't know which one's real. But I'll tell you one thing. It's going to be coming real soon. God will be coming back. Christ will be coming back in the next 11 years. 12 years at the most. Because in 11 to 12 years marks the 7,000 years since man fell away. But God has to judge everybody before we go into the Sabbath, which is 1,000 years of rest. So the Antichrist has only 11 to 12 years, and I think that's being generous. They're doing something on a horrible level that's so horrible that if you knew about it, you'd probably A, be a Christian like me, or B, jump off a cliff and kill yourself. What they're doing is so horrible to all of us, using harmonics to change our frequencies. The mark of the devil is already being implemented, whether you know it or not. You're not going to have a choice. You're either going to go with Christ or you're going to have the mark. They've already done it. And you didn't even see it. You didn't even see it come. I'm telling you. Now, I believe, because Christ says, if I don't come back early, there will be no flesh left. Now, let's put it this way. You're walking down the street. You see a crowd of people. Yet, there's no people in the crowd. You understand what I'm saying? In other words, God has to come back before there's no more humans on the earth. Only hybrids. When there's only reptilian hybrids, they're not considered, in God's eyes, they're not considered humans. So what he's trying to say is we're going to be wiped out, in a way of saying it. Reptilian hybrids have to go the other direction, or in 10 to 12 years from now they're going to feel some horrible wrath. You cannot duplicate that kind of pain on earth, because On earth, that kind of pain will send somebody into shock and they'll die. But when you're in judgment, God will keep you alive for your punishment, and there's going to be no way to escape it. It's going to be horrific. The only way to escape it is to turn away from what you're doing and go the other direction fully. And whether you like me or you hate me, don't make this about me. This is about self-preservation. I suggest you get your mind off of me and get your own butt saved. I know I'm a Christian. I know I'm going to go on forever. See, I go on forever. If I die right now, then my next memory will be Judgment Day. And I'm going on forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. This will be an experience that I remember. I'm taking it with me. So I'll remember this in billions of years from now. But the point is that you don't have to face doom either. That's really up to you. If you're a human, get to know Christ. If you're a reptilian hybrid, turn away from what you're doing. Go the other direction. I know there's more to you guys than meets the eye, okay? I hung around reptilian hybrids, and I heard one speak a different language. It was at a door during a sales, and he was going like, and the human person understood him. And at the time, I didn't know what was going on, but now I put 2 and 2 together, and I got 4. Well, thanks for watching. God bless you all. Get your heart right with God. We are definitely entering the last days. And black goo will be the next topic. It's some kind of entity that when you eat it, you get no empathy. You lose your empathy. And some black goo gives you so much empathy that you realize how dirty you are and you want to kill yourself. So I don't know too much about that, but we'll talk about that later. Thanks for watching. God bless you.
Mm-hmm.